Hello YouTube, I'm Jack Clark, the Eager Musketeer, coming to you with another video. How are you? So, of course, as you may or may not be noticing correctly, right now I'm trying to slow down a little bit. I do have the odd comment in the comments section saying, No, Jack, slow down, I don't understand what you just said, please go back, I don't get it, slow down. And I always used to be of the mindset that, haha, that's what I do, that's how I roll, if you don't like it, if you can't keep up, go to hell. However, I now in hindsight know that actually if you can't understand what I'm saying, there's no real point in me making these videos because otherwise it's just masturbatory. So with that in mind, I'm going to try and slow down. So in the comments section, I would like you to tell me whether or not you would like me to try and keep to the pace that I'm currently speaking at, or if you think I should just go at any other speed that I really like, and actually it's my videos, I can do whatever I want. So tell me in the comments down below, do you want me to slow down or go back to normal and speed up a little? So, today I'm going to be talking about Dueling Network. Mainly the good things, and I say mainly the good things, mainly the bad stuff. Dueling Network, for those of you who are unaware, of course, is an online flash-based dueling program which you can play on your browser, on your Mac, your Windows, your Linux for the one person who's still using Linux, and you can play on any browser completely for free. Access to every card, considering they update it every so often with that in mind. It's a fantastic and free service that a lot of us use. I use it. I have a Mac computer. I can't use stuff like DevPro, but Dueling Network, it's a fantastic thing, and you can duel with pretty much anyone with a Dueling Network account online, completely randomly, or you can duel people that you know and friends, and you can talk to people as well. Fantastic service and fantastic free service, but with that in mind, it does have some hiccups, which makes sense because it's free. So, why is it? Oh god. The main hiccup with Dueling Network is the fact that it's not automatic gameplay. What I mean by that, of course, is like in the video game Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, if you play a card, it will activate and it will say, do you want to activate this effect? Do you want to summon this? You click buttons and you have options. However, in Dueling Network, it's not like that. You have to manually select the cards and you get to play them manually, and then if you want to declare an effect, or if you want to declare how a chain link would resolve, or if you want to say anything to your opponent, you have to actually communicate it properly via the chat box. With that in mind, and of course considering it is a online experience, it can give way and birth to some horrendous, I can't even congregate a proper word to describe it. Some not very nice things happen. Simply because, of course, the communication barrier is much harder. You can't communicate as easy as you can with a real-life duel. Of course, you have to resolve chain links in real life and talk and activate effects in real life too. However, if an opponent normal summons a monster without tributing for a level 7 or above, and you're like, no, you can't do that, and your opponent's like, no, I can do that, and then you're like, oh, no, you can't do this, you're having to type out all this information, and they're all like, no, you're wrong, I'm going to continue as always. It sucks, and we don't like it. I've been on Dueling Network. Most of us have experienced that player who thinks they know what they are talking about, but they really don't, and if you haven't come across one of those players, it's you. So with that in mind, I'm going to come with 3 good things about Dueling Network and 3 bad things about Dueling Network, and they are as follows. First off, we have the player who thinks they know what they're talking about, but in fact knows nothing. Of course, this is a screenshot submitted to me by my brother who was using Mecha Phantom Beast. He's got Sky Palace rank 10 and he's got Photon Strike Bouncer on the field. He's about to go for game in some way, shape or form. I can't remember how he did it, but he was about to go to game, and of course Cyborg Killer Machine was having none of that, thinking that he knew better than my brother, who had been making completely legal moves at the time and done nothing wrong. He said that he'd broken the rules of Xyz summoning. Of course, seeing where the mishap would happen, my brother then declared, of course, no, the Mecha Phantom Beasts have the effect to increase their levels by the levels of the tokens that are on the field. Of course, telling him this and copying and pasting the effect of Hamstrato and all of the other Mecha Phantom Beasts, copying and pasting that into the chat box so he can see, Cyborg Killer Machine says lies. Lies? He just copied and pasted the effect. There's nothing to lie about, and he got it there. He says lies and tells them to admit defeat. He's got 7,200 life points and he's got 4,000 life points, and he says to admit defeat. Are you having a laugh? Of course, my brother does not admit defeat and tells him just to, of course, read the card. You've made a mistake. He thinks that you only gain 1 level due to them, and says no, that's not the case. They gain levels of all of the tokens. He's not having any of it. He just says nope, outright, and Harry continues. He says, admit defeat. He's still going on the admit defeat. He wants a cheap win. Harry just says outright no, and he says, I win by default. No, you don't, mate. That's not how this game works. With that in mind, I would say that he then quit rather promptly. However, he didn't do it quite promptly. He was AFK for a long time. Me and Harry went out for lunch in that time, and when we got back, he had quit the duel, thinking we were going to quit first. Haha, motherfucker, we got good internet connection. It ain't going to stop like that. So yes, Cyborg Killer Machine, you are a douchebag. Next off, we have the people, of course, are the language barriers. Of course, with Dueling Network, it's a completely English language site. Everything is in English. But of course, we do have the players who don't have English as their first language, and that's fine. However, some people don't have English at all as a language. So why they're using this kind of service is beyond me. I understand that Dueling Network, of course, is a very unique service, which actually a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players would kill to have in their region. And of course, people will try and do it anyway. You know the rules of this game. Lots of these cards will actually just speak for themselves. However, when something goes wrong and you need to talk to your opponent and try to convince them, no, you've made a mistake, you're screwed because they don't speak fucking English. So, of course, we've got Mateo, which was, of course, making a slight error with his Dark Simic. My brother, of course, used Tragodia to steal his Dark Simic by getting rid of a Tempest from his hand, of course, taking permanent control of it. Of course, Mateo then thinks that, oh no, it's not a permanent control, because it ends at the end phase. Of course, getting these two effects mixed up. The level modulating effect that Tragodia has, of course, ends at the end of the turn. However, the taking control effect does not. My brother tries to convince him of that. He says no, stop, using the very limited English he does have, and says to give him some Morg. My brother says no, and that the effect is permanent. And then Mateo, bless his heart, says Fanculo Tubari, which I looked it up on Google Translate, basically translates to fuck you, cheat, and then leaves the duel. So, of course, these are frustrating times where you can't talk to the person because in addition to the limited communication barrier that you have because it's online and you can't talk because you have to type properly, you have someone who doesn't even speak freaking English and then you are screwed because, like I said, there are no admins for days. So, of course, he then quits the duel and calls you a fucking cheat, which sucks. And, of course, Matteo, you are also a douchebag. If I knew how to say it in Italian, I would also call you Italian, but you're not worth my time. On to the next kind of person. And the next kind of person is the person who doesn't actually know the rules of the game properly. With this in mind, I've got a screenshot that I actually took when I was dueling. I was using my Batteryman deck. And, of course, he said that I could not use my Batteryman Charges effect to summon Fuel Cell from the deck because I did not, quote-unquote, normal summon my Batteryman Charger. I tribute summoned it. You can kind of see where this goes wrong because that's how you normal summon a monster with level 5 or higher, which would mean the effect wouldn't make any sense if it wasn't treated as a normal summon. Which is kind of sucky. I tried to convince him of that. He just calls me a dumbass, and then he loses the duel. He was only doing it because he was going to lose. Really? You're going to try and do that? People don't know how to play the game. They think they can stop and give themselves another turn. I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? No. And of course they call me a dumbass and then they leave. So Knickerbocker123, you are also a douchebag. However, it's not all doom and gloom and rubbishness. Dueling Network has given birth to some amazing things and some truly fantastic games. Of course, we got one game when, of course, on the screenshot, I was up against a Skull Servant player. I was using Photon Galaxy. He knows he's going to lose, and he goes, fuck it, YOLO, I'm going to go for Book of Life. I'm summoning a Skull Servant using Inferno Reckless Summon on it, so he gets to summon 3 of them. However, he most definitely would have known that, of course, Inferno Reckless Summon allows you, the opponent, to summon up to 3 copies of any other card you control. Of course, I had Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon on the field, so I get to summon 3 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons versus his Skull Servants. So yeah, it's great. You can make awesome moves, and you can do it just because you can. And some people do actually treat it as a game and actually have fun with it. Dueling Network does that. Next off, of course, we have those duels. You know those duels. You know, we are very competitive. We like to win. And there's nothing like beating a top-tier deck built to win with probably the most obscure combo known to man. Of course, this screenshot, I'm up against a Dragon Ruler player. I've had this situation happen a couple of times where I have a Violent Epsilon equipped with a Violent Prism and a Violent Segment. Of course, for those of you unaware of their effects, Violent Epsilon is like Scrap Dragon for Violons. It basically, and it also has an effect which allows you to protect the equipped cards that are equipped to it from being targeted. With that in mind, Segment, the spell card that is equipped to him, protects him from being targeted by monsters and traps. The Violent Prism gives him 1000 attack during damage calculation if he attacks or is attacked. So, the situation for this Dragon Ruler player is that the opponent has a 3800 attack point monster that he can't attack over and he can't destroy by any other means that doesn't target. And Dragon Ruler players, like the only few cards that they have that don't target would be Heavy and Dark Hole. If you don't have those two cards, you lose. And I have seen a couple of players who don't use either of them or one or the other. So yes, this combo destroys Dragon Rulers. And of course, it's ever so fun to do it. Next off, we have turning a situation around and claiming absolute victory despite all the odds. This is my last one. Of course, it was me versus my brother. He's using a fun deck. He uses Dragon Rulers to support Frost and Flame Dragon, one of my brother's favourite cards. I've just using a random fun deck as well. I've got a Zen Mains on the field. I've got a back row. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to be okay. I think the back row was something along the lines of a Mirror Force or something. And he goes, and of course, being Elemental Dragons, he's able to go for a rank 7. He goes for Lucky Straight. He is not able to go for a Dragosack or a Big Eye because actually he only used the one copy and he's only already used them. So he tries to go all in and he lands with the first die reaching a 1 and then a 6. For those of you who know, if you use the effect of number 7 and you get a 7 as the die results, then you get like over 4000 attack points and what? You can destroy or get rid of all cards on the field. Not even destroy, just get rid of them. My brother, out of nowhere, destroyed me. And that's amazing, to be able to claim victory despite all the odds. What the hell? But yeah, that's Dueling Network. A great free online service which has got some major flaws which are infuriating, but that's what it is. It's just fun. If you have people you can play against, it is an invaluable tool and a good way of just playing this game and having fun. But yep, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm Jack Clark, the Eager Musketeer. More videos coming to you soon. In the comments down below, or as a video response, tell me your Dueling Network stories. Be they good, be they bad, tell me them, I want to know. I may or may not include those stories, the best stories, in a future video. And of course, if you have a screenshot, you can send it to me in my inbox here on YouTube, or of course you can go to my Facebook page. There'll be a link in the description down below, and of course you can just send them to me via that, and I may of course feature your screenshot in future as well. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm off. Bye.